What's going on, YouTube family? We are back with another video, and of course, as you see by the title, we're going to be talking about chapter 1052 of One Piece. And just like I expected from the previous chapter, I knew they was going to be trying to wrap this thing up, so that's exactly what they went ahead and got started on. So, hey, we're going to get right into it, but before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification bell so you get the content as soon as I drop it, and of course make sure you hit that like button so that we can keep the movement going. And let's get right into it, man. So of course we started out with the first panel talking about the German 6-6 siblings still walking out of Whole Cake Island. Like, what are y'all taking so long for? Why y'all trying to milk the why y'all trying to milk this scene? Like, go ahead and get out of Whole Cake Island. But this time around we actually get another little special guest. We get Caesar Clown, who just so happens to also still be stuck in Whole Cake Island. So that's kind of interesting. I've been actually kind of wondering where he has been all this time. And kind of interested to see what's going to happen with him going forward, especially once he learns about the fact that Kaido's been defeated, because him, Doflamingo were both mixed in with Kaido and what was going on with him. So that's going to be interesting. So kind of interested to see what the rest of Whole Cake Island and all of Big Mom's territories are going to do when they find out about her. That should be very interesting, but that may actually get, laid out in the next couple chapters as well. First, we actually get cut over to the Gorosei, the five elders, who are like, yo, we may have actually blown this, man. The sun god Nika Fruit has reemerged, and not only that, but on top of it, we lost two Yonko, so we're tripping, man. We gotta really put our thinking hats on and find out what we're gonna do from here, because this couldn't have happened at a worse time. We got this pirate era, we got all these pirates going around causing havoc, and now once the world finds this out, that two of the biggest Yonko, two of the strongest individuals in the whole world have been taken down, this is going to, just go crazy. So, and out of all the things that they could have possibly said, these jokers are still trying to get their hands on Nico Robin. As if you didn't just say that the sun god Nika Fruit has finally reemerged. And think about this. The person who has the sun god Nika Fruit is the one who's protecting Nico Robin. Like, how do you really think that you're going to get access to her to actually take her away? Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, there's no way in the world. You might as well go ahead and give up on that plot, because there's no way that Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Jinbei, and now Yamato are going to let you get anywhere near Nico Robin. There's no way. Those jokers are just going to just insanely demolish anyone who gets near Nico Robin. I don't even know why you're still talking about trying to get your hands on her. Leave her alone. Focus on something else. Seriously. Because that's not going to happen. Any sense, we do get a nice little somber moment. We cut to the what's remaining of the Scabbards. That Kinemon and Kawamatsu are sitting on the front steps of the shrine where Odin used to reign, and they're thinking, hey, this has been 20 years in the making type of situation. We're happy about everything that's going on. We have finally been able to get rid of the tyranny that has plagued our country forever. And then, of course, they kind of think back to all of the fallen Scabbards who didn't get a chance to make it this far. Kind of like Asura, who was one of my favorite of the Scabbards. He was a dope character. Like, he was one of them dudes who was real about his. So I really liked that dude. He was really cool. And then, of course, Izzo, who always kept them guns smoking. He was always about it. And if you got in the way, That was a bad look for you. But he went up against Kaido, and he didn't have that main character plot on him. So, so, and they say you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Well, you don't bring guns to a Kaido fight. But so yeah, then they're talking about rebuilding. They're going to rebuild the shrine to its former glory. They're going to keep on going. They're not going to let any of this hold them back. They also talk about how now they have Momonosuke and how he's going to take over. And then, of course, with the mention of Momonosuke, we go to the people of Wano who are excited about Momonosuke being back. They're like, hey, this wasn't an illusion. This wasn't something we just dreamed. Momonosuke is really back, and he has become the Shogun, and we are excited. Let's go ahead and let's get to it. But they have already been partying for a while. But then Momonosuke declares an order to, hey, let's slow the festival down, because we gotta wait and let the heroes of this magnificent situation get back to good health, so they can join us. So of course, that all comes in and sinks in with people. Some people are actually like, hey, I wish I could have met the person who was responsible for it. And then there's one person that was like, I heard it was a guy that goes by the name of Joy Boy. That that person said, we heard that a person named Joy Boy, of all the names they call him, because previously it was a Straw Hat guy, or that guy with the straw hat, or whatever, but this time it's Joy Boy. But then, of course, somebody who's either not aware of what's going on or whatever says, hey, it sounds like he's already left the country, so I didn't even get a chance to thank him, so that's kind of a drag. But in reality, he's in the palace, he's resting. Him and Zoro still kind of incapacitated, so they're resting up and such. But then, of course, we get a chance to see Momonosuke and his sister Hiyori interact for really kind of the first time, really. Because I can't think of any other time they've really got a chance to have a good time and interact as brother and sister joyfully. So the very first battle we get with them two together, Hiyori drop kicks the life out of Momonosuke, but he actually takes it. He actually kind of eats that joint and was like, man, when are you ever going to grow up? When are you ever going to stop being a tomboy? Leave me alone. Granted, this didn't hurt for some reason. He actually eats that joint. So it sounds kind of like with the age boost that he got, he actually kind of didn't just age in body and whatnot, but he actually did get a little stronger. His body, he was not just given the age, but the strength that came along with what he was going to be in those years. Of course, maybe not all of it. He'll probably still have to train and learn how to really become a true swordsman. But in any sense, Luffy and Zoro have finally opened their eyes. Yamato is the one who actually brings the wonderful, great news in regards to that. They go in, rush in, and see Zoro and Luffy as normal as they can be, man. Luffy is over there screaming, I want my meat. And Luffy and Zoro's ready to, go ahead and get wasted. But because he's yelling out for his booze, man. He's yelling. But everybody's excited to see them awake. Momonosuke was like, yeah, now it's time to go ahead and get into the real banquet. But let's go ahead and get freshened up. Everybody's up and all. Let's go ahead and have a little fun time. But then, since they're around the Straw Hat, I'm not sure, I can't really tell who it is that says it, but somebody's like, notices that Momonosuke looks kind of strong. He's like, yo, we need to challenge you to see what you about. And then he tries to be like his 8-year-old self and tries to cop some feels on Nami. And it was like, hey, these two ruffians, these two bullies, they're trying to get me. Please save me. But Nami lights his tail up, and sends him flying. And Sanji and Brooke can do nothing but laugh and be like, now you're an adult. You don't get a chance to do all that sneaky stuff. No more special privileges for you. But, it is what it is. Yamato picks with him and puts a plate on his head because you know how Odin used to have that. I don't know. I never figured out what that was. But Odin used to always have that flat top that kind of looked like he actually had a plate on his head. I'm not sure what it was, but Yamato picks with him and puts a plate on his head, and he's like, "Could you stop, please stop putting plates on my head?" I got my strong body, and I still got work to do. Like I was saying earlier, he actually acknowledged it for himself. Hey, I still got work to do, so you chill. Don't test me yet. I still got some time. I still got some work to put in before you can sit here and say, hey, challenge me to a duel. So, they all understand and all that. Yamato has refused to eat until Luffy and everybody was up. Or even bathed, for that matter. So that's kind of like, But we understand the gesture because, she's a big fan of the crew and she wants to be a part of it. And of course, Luffy's going to have no problem with that. So we, again, like in previous chapters, we're going to get our 11th member of the Straw Hat crew. But yeah, now Yamato is gorging herself, eating, having a great time now that Luffy and everybody's back up and having a great time. And Jinbei actually congratulates. She's like, man, you're such a good person. That was actually really nice of you to hold out like that. Sanji gets really frustrated because Zoro actually has Hiyori. She was tending to him while he was out cold, and Sanji gets super jealous. But, it is what it is. Then also, speaking of Zoro and Sanji, Zoro happens to remember the promise that he made to Sanji, because Sanji had asked, hey, if I come out of this war not being myself, do me the favor of killing me. And so they get one of their classic fight scenes where it's insanely hilarious. And then while they're going crazy, everybody's like, hey, you know what? We should relax in a nice bath. So then, we go to everybody having a good time in the bath. Kiku is a little nervous because, for whatever reason, but she joins in with the females. But Yamato, on the other hand, decides that she wants to join in with the guys. So I guess that's kind of Oda's way of showing his appreciation for the Pride Month and all that, because Yamato's already doing the thing where she's saying, "Hey, my name is Odin Kuzuki, but you can call me Yamato." So either way, she has a guy's name, even though she still has a very lovely female appearance. But apparently, they're working that angle in regards to the story. So, in any sense, we cut to the bathroom. Everybody's laughing and joking. But Momonosuke spots Yamato in there and almost loses his mind because, she still has her female curvature. So he almost loses it with that. We then cut to Law and Kid, who are having their conversation, saying, hey, kids, still being skeptical, don't get too buddy-buddy. We got to go back to sea, and then we're going to go back to being somewhat of enemies, I guess is what he's saying. But at the same time, they're trying to figure out who who leaked the information to the world government, because of course they know the world government's gonna take no time to figure out what happened here. Then stupid Apu is somehow apparently been able to call this truce, so no one's really at him at the moment, but he comes in on high and mighty. We're still going to get our reputation impacted by this particular situation. And then, of course, Beppo, which is Law's right-hand man, was like, "Hey, Captain, I wonder what your new bounty's going to be." And then, of course, like I said, this is when Apu comes into play and starts trying to be all high and mighty and saying, "Hey, I'm actually the one who gave out all the information. You know, I squealed like a pig. You know, it is what it is, though. That's, you know, whatever. It was going to get found out anyway. So if you want to know what's really going on in the world, here's the new newspaper." And it also says it has updated bounties. And guess what? New emperors of the sea have been named. So with that being said, now we're left on a cliffhanger with one of the admirals on his way to Wano to wreak some more havoc. That's not going to be good. Granted, it has been a week since everything has occurred. Everybody's healed up. But I don't really think anyone's really going to want to have to fight an admiral. That's not going to be fun. Of course, we did just take down 2 Yonkos, so 1 admiral might not be that bad. But that's going to be interesting for next chapter, chapter 1053. So we're going to see how this plays out. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what goes down. But y'all guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section down below. Keep that conversation going. We appreciate anybody and everybody who is watching these videos, giving feedback, telling me what y'all think. And I'll see y'all next week, man. Peace.